Squad, welcome back to the channel. Season 2 is finally here, and that means it is time for an updated Modern Warfare 3 Search and Destroy class video. Before we get into the video, I wanted to quickly plug my stream. If you guys don't know, I stream on Twitch almost every single day, playing either Search and Destroy or Ranked Play, and we've been having a blast over there. I'm getting to meet a lot of you guys and hang out, and even at some points play some games with some of you guys. So if you're interested in coming and hanging out for some live streams, I stream almost every day over at twitch.tv/DylanSeek. I'll link it in the description. Starting things off with my main class setup, what we have here is my setup for most of my classes. We have a Karambit Knife Secondary, a Smoke or Stun Grenade Tactical, and then a Frag Grenade Lethal, alongside the Dead Silence Field Upgrade, which I get a lot of questions about. The reason why I run the Dead Silence Field Upgrade is because it doubles and gives you Ghost. It doesn't give you covert sneakers, double covert sneakers, or whatever. That's not why I'm running it. I'm running it because it gives you Ghost when it's popped. So if you play a lot of solo Search and Destroy like myself, and you have a bad team that gives the enemy team a UAV and you're not running Ghost perk on, you have this field upgrade to use instead so that you can pop that if you need to, if there randomly is a UAV up in the air. So that's why I run Dead Silence Field Upgrade, for all of you that leave lots of comments all the time asking me. As far as my perks go, we got the Quick Grip Gloves, the Covert Sneakers, and the EOD padding. Now, the Covert Sneakers and EOD pretty much never changes. That is 100% all my classes. They all have that on. It doesn't change. What does change, though, is my gloves. Now, my gloves change between the Quick Grip and the Marksman gloves, and this is how I set it up. When I run a sniper or I run an aggressive class setup, whether that be a really fast firing assault rifle or an SMG class that I'm planning on playing much more close range with, I run the Quick Grip Gloves so that I can get my stuns and nades off faster. And if I need to, I could swap to my knife faster, because we all know knifing is very, very good in this game. Even though they nerfed it in Season 2, it is definitely better now, but it is still very good. So having Quick Grip to be able to swap weapons faster for the sake of not needing to reload, or so I can pick up a gun, or for whatever reason because I'm playing aggressive, is really helpful. So that's why I have Quick Grip on for that reason for my rush classes. Now, the Marksman gloves I rock on my assault rifles. This is my MCW class, my Holger class, my longer range setups. I rock the Marksman gloves for the reduced flinch and while ADS, because that is just unbelievably helpful in your long range gunfights. If you're hard aiming with an assault rifle, less flinch is awesome. Now, as far as vest goes, with Season 2, we got the Ninja Vest, which I, for one, was super excited for, because I thought I was finally going to have access to be able to change my sneakers off of covert sneakers and use something else for the first time since this game has come out. Unfortunately, I was wrong, because the Ninja Vest gets rid of your gloves, and I'm gonna be real, as much as I want to try a different set of boots out, the Quick Grip Gloves and the Marksman Gloves I just find way too helpful. I don't think the Ninja Vest is worth it, at least not at this moment. So for that reason, I'm still sticking with my Infantry Vest for double time and then running my Covert Sneaker boots. Now, one thing I will say is that if you do find yourself playing much more slower and you don't find yourself needing the Quick Grip Gloves, you might look into trying Ninja Vest out, because Ninja Vest does give you Tac Mask and Dead Silence combined into one, which is pretty good. You accompany that with some running boots, and you've got yourself a pretty good rush class, or whatever boots you're feeling. You got yourself still a solid class for Search and Destroy, so there's definitely some options there. But just for my play style personally, I think the Infantry Vest is just kind of more my thing. But the Ninja Vest, I wouldn't say is a bad option either. Okay, finally into what you guys actually clicked on the video for. We have my class setup, starting thing off with the brand new BP50, aka the F2000 from MWIII. And I was very happy this gun was added in, and I'm very glad to say that I'm not disappointed, because the gun is awesome. In fact, it's more than awesome. It's so good that currently I'm looking at the internet, and the CDL pros are debating on whether or not they want to use this over an MCW, because this weapon is actually that good. It's a solid assault rifle, and this is my setup for it. We've got the Lora 9 heavy barrel, DR6 hand stop, 45 round mag, the TRST IV grip take, and the 4-bearer heavy stock. Next on the list, we have the current AR meta, the ACR, aka the MCW class setup. We've got the RB Claw PSL grip, the Mark III reflector, the 16.5 long barrel. We've got the DR6 hand stop, and then we've got the L4R flash hider. The next assault rifle on my list is one that I still think is super slept on, and that is the Ram 7, aka the TAR 21. I love this weapon in this game. It's super satisfying, and this setup I've got for it gives it practically no recoil, and it is super satisfying to use in Search and Destroy. We've got the FS OLE V laser, the XRK Core Mark heavy barrel, the Bruin heavy support grip, the Retort 90 grip tape, and to finish off, you have the 3.4 pad stock. Moving on to my sniper class, from the last video, my class for the XJK Stalker has not changed at all, so I thought for this video I would show another sniper that I really enjoy using in this game. I kind of go back and forth between this one, the FGX Imperium, aka the Intervention, and the XJK Stalker based on my mood. So this class of the video, we have got the Intervention class. We got the LZR 7MW laser, the field wrapped handle, the FJX blast bolt, the Kilo tac stock, and then I rock the MCPR scope. That's more of a personal preference thing though. Run whatever scope you feeling. Depending on my mood, I'll run a karambit knife secondary, but sometimes I'll also run the Renetti pistol if I'm feeling like playing a little bit slower with the sniper. And my class setup for the pistol goes as follows. We got the short competition barrel, the 710 pistol laser, the 24 round mag, the Bruin MG89 trigger, and the Renetti wood grain grip. Moving on to the SMGs, we got the current meta, we got the Scorpion Evo, aka the Rival 9. My class setup for this weapon is pretty much stayed the same throughout, minus one change recently. We got the Purifier muzzle brake, the Rival 6 clear shot long barrel, we've got the Marauder stock, and the Rival Vice Assault grip, and then finishing it off with the 40 round mag. Now, if I'm playing ranked play and I'm playing CDL, then typically I'll run that DR6 hand stop, but if I'm just rushing in pubs, I like having that extra 10 bullets with the 40 round mag. So I kind of go back and forth between the two. If I'm playing ranked, I'm always rocking the DR6, but if I'm playing pubs, 40 round for the win. Next up, we have the new meta SMG, which unfortunately just got removed from ranked today. I'm actually really sad. I've been using this SMG quite a bit in ranked because it's a keyboard and mouse player. This weapon feels so much better than the Rival 9 does. If you play keyboard or mouse, you know what I mean. But the HRM9 is a disgusting SMG. It is on par with the Rival. Really great mid-range. Love this weapon, and this is my setup. We have the Princeps long barrel, Purifier muzzle brake, Bruin heavy support grip, PCS 90 assault grip, and then we got the folding stock. Moving on to the new SMG, which is honestly really solid as well, just like the F2000. We get some good DLC weapons this time around. I instantly found a class setup I really like for this weapon. I kind of put on similar to a setup that I'm running on the Ram 7 rifle, and I love it. So I'm kind of rocking with it. We've got the 40 round mag, the Retort 90 grip tape, the HVS 3.4 pad stock, the DR6 hand stop, and the L4 pass hider. You put all that together, you got an SMG that pretty much matches the Rival in ADS time and sprint to fire, and is pretty damn close damage wise as well. This weapon is actually probably going to be a threat this season. Next on my list is one of my favorite SMGs. If you know me, you know how much I love the Uzi, and I cannot believe it, but they buffed the Uzi in the season 2 update, and I'm gonna be real, it didn't need a buff. This weapon is slept on. This weapon is heavily slept on. I already thought it was the best mid-range SMG next to the HRM9, and now it probably is maybe even better than the HRM9 mid-range. This weapon is very good. If you haven't been using the Uzi, give it a try. I'm telling you, this gun is him, all right? It's him. So, class setup, you've got the OpTac long barrel, DR6 hand stop, 40 round mag, the Marauder grip, and then the Mark III reflector. Next on my list is actually an MWIII weapon. In fact, the next two classes are MWIII weapons, and that's because I thought I'd just include them in the video because we've been trying MWIII weapons, and some of them are pretty damn good. And I'm not gonna lie, the MP5 I would not say is meta, but I think it's very enjoyable to use, and I have been using it a lot lately. It's kind of been my go-to the last week and a half, I'd say, for search and destroy rushing. I've been loving the MP5. It's just always a fun SMG to use. But this is the class setup we're rocking. We got the Shadow Strike suppressor, Bruin heavy support grip, high grain ammo, which is an absolute must on most of these MWIII weapons. And then we've got the 40 round mag and the Lockwin TCG-10 grip. If you've been using the MWIII weapons for a while, I think we finally reached the point where we can start playing around the MWIII guns. This is one to give a try if you're looking to try a fun one. The second MWIII weapon and final class of this video, we have got the BAS-P, which I cannot believe I am putting in this video because I despised this weapon in MWIII, but in this game, the BAS-P is very good. Like, it's actually really good, and I am thoroughly impressed by it, using it in search and destroy. Give it a try if you have not. This is the class setup that I found to be pretty good. We got the Shadow Strike suppressor, DR6 hand stop, 50 round jump, D37 grip, and the Mark III reflector. Now you may be asking yourself, Seek, you just said high grade ammo is really important for these MWIII weapons. Why doesn't this one have it? Well, this one is kind of the exception to that. if you take a look at the actual damage stats for this weapon, you got an effective damage range of 16, a minimum damage range of 50, and a bullet velocity of 540. And if you compare that to the meta SMG, the Rival, with the clear shot barrel, the Rival has a 10 effective, 46 minimum, and a 476 bullet velocity, which, if you notice, is less than the BAS-P in all three categories. I'm telling you, if you haven't already, give the BAS-P SMG a try. It just might surprise you. Moving on to my settings, I'm gonna go ahead and mute up, turn my face cam off, and I'm just gonna scroll through all of them so you guys could just look for whatever it is you are looking for as far as settings goes. I will go through my mouse and keyboard settings, my controller settings, since I do play both inputs, my graphics settings, my audio settings, everything. I'm gonna scroll through it all so you can just pick what you want to look at. For those of you that want to know, for my mouse people, I run an 800 DPI, and for my controller people, I use a scuff controller with 2 paddles on the back. My left paddle is X and my right paddle is circle. All right, squad, that is it for my class setups and settings for Search and Destroy in Season 2 of Modern Warfare 3. I hope you enjoyed. I hope the video helps. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed and made it this far, please leave a like for me, and I will catch you all in the next one. Seek and Destroy is Besiger.